Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of What's in My Makeup Bag. Today I'm joined by Jo.
But it's not my makeup bag because we've already done my makeup bag.
Yeah.
It's yours.
It's mine. It's my turn. Oh, it's the bridesmaid, never the bride. But now I am.
Kind of, yeah.
So I'm just going to pass hosting duties off to you today.
Yeah. How cool is Megan's makeup bag, by the way? It's
Isn't
Makeup
it
Forever
cute?
number.
Yeah.
So cute. She's got a very extensive collection here. We've discussed it being maybe a bit too much, but she seems to think that this for Europe is okay for her.
I do have some skin prep if I was going out at night.
Yep.
So I've just got Napoleon Purtis Autopilot Primer.
Little travel minis.
Yeah, little travel mini, try and collect them.
I love that primer too.
Primer for years and years, and I feel like it's a good happy medium if you're going somewhere warm. It's hydrating without being like glassy or sticky or shiny. This is like a tiny little mini strobe cream. I don't actually know if I would wear this under my foundation, but I would wear it without foundation.
Yes,
Like, I
especially
just
in Europe.
chuck it on.
Mix it with your moisturiser.
Exactly, and just give
glowy
myself
skin.
a little zhuzh on the cheek. So that's why I chucked that in there.
Now we've got two foundations.
But hear me out. So I've got Huda Beauty Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint. Now this is obviously just like three-dimensional, juicy, glowy, plump skin in a bottle.
Love that one.
But I was like, if I am going to like a bougie dinner or something like that, I would want a touch of like more coverage. So then I've got MAC
Do
Studio
you
Radiance.
think that's more coverage than that? I think it's the other way around.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like this on my skin, it almost feels like a moisturizer.
Yeah.
Whereas
I
this
feel I can
feels-
build that up. Whereas that one I
Okay.
struggle to build up. I love both of
Yeah,
them.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just feel like the two together, I'd feel like they'd amalgamate nicely.
Yeah, stunning.
Yeah, stunning.
There's so many products in here that I love as well.
For you.
We've
I know.
basically got the same makeup
We
bag.
could
So if you
travel
haven't
with the
seen
same
mine.
one. You don't have to now. So I'd probably chuck those two in because I'd want that like easy breezy cover girl vibe. So after the base is done, then I would go in with some concealer. Now I did bring this, which I probably could have culled, but it's the Bobbi Brown Skin Corrector Stick.
I've never used
in
that.
Bishk. So I get dark circles.
So do I. Should I get that?
It's quite nice, so it counteracts. It's just like a really stunning.
Oh, I might have to buy that.
It's like a peachy, salmony type of tone, and I
Yeah.
just pop it in the
for the
bag.
little purpley blue
Yeah.
areas under your eyes. I think I'm gonna have to buy that.
Because I thought, what if I'm like jet lagged and I'm just like, there's a lot happening. So I chucked that in. And then, the concealer again, I had like 10 to choose from, but I just went with Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear.
Yeah, we
Tontadol, I don't
We
know how to
both,
say
Tontadol.
Tontadol, sorry.
Lancome Tontadol. Yeah, we both love that. What shade do you use? Yeah, both the same shade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There we go. 2 girls, 1 brain.
Yeah.
One skin tone, apparently. I'm going to go through my cream products first because
Okay.
I need to explain.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 Huda Beauty blush sticks, and the reason that I brought 2 is because they just work really well together. So I like to pop this one, which is in the shade Perky Peach, up here, like on the high points of my cheek. And then I use Coral Cutie through like the actual apple of my cheek.
Yeah, okay.
And these are both cream products that I love.
For anyone that's in economic distress,
Well, I am in
AKA
economic
everybody.
distress. Yeah.
if you had to choose a shade out of those two, which one would it be?
I'd go Coral Cutie.
Same.
Yeah. And then I grabbed a little contour stick. This is from Napoleon Purtis. I'm a big Napoleon fan, I've realised.
You are?
Yeah. But this is just the contour stick. It's called the Cheek Switch Cream Bronzer Stick. And then I just thought, draw on, it's easy.
Yeah.
The only thing I am a bit worried about, I don't know how these would go on a plane for like 20 hours. I
In
don't know if
terms
they'd
of
melt.
melting?
Yeah.
Yes. I was only thinking that. So I'm planning to go to Europe next year, and I was only thinking that the other day. What am I going to do about all my cream products? Are
Yeah.
they just going to melt through my bag?
If anyone has travelled with cream products, can you let us
We wanna
know what
hear
the
about
vibe
it.
is? Yeah. So that is my cream cheek situation. And then you're right, these 3 would probably have to get culled down.
Yes.
So I would definitely take this though. This is L'Oreal Million Dollar Baby. You got me onto this.
Cheapy but amazing. Chantel Baker got me onto this.
And I just think that's such a fresh, beautiful colour.
Yeah, it gives you a really like bright flush on
Yeah.
your cheeks. It just looks really youthful.
Or I could just take this Anastasia Beverly Hills Off to Costa Rica face palette.
I think you just take that one.
Yeah, because I just love that blush though. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but you can use all these shades on your eyes too.
Yeah, you've got the 3 shades in there. So you've got your blush, your bronzer, and then you've got like this beautiful little golden shade that can double as eyeshadows as well if you want. So, all right. I love her, but she's getting cold.
Okay, what about her?
And then...
Because you've got the golden shade in that palette.
So
you really need it.
So this is a highlighter that I got from MAC. This is Soft and Gentle. Because I just
classic.
thought... A classic.
Yeah, everyone knows
can
Soft
open
and
this.
Gentle.
Oh, this is a bit manky as well.
Yeah.
All right, I won't
that's
show it. I'll just show
okay.
it quickly. No, I would still take this.
All right.
Because what if I want to highlight like my brow bone?
She's really struggling to cut anything down.
But maybe I could find like a smaller shade of this.
Yeah.
Like a little
maybe a
popped-
mini.
A mini.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's actually not that bad if I culled the other blush. It's just this palette with the highlighter.
I do also want to raise there's 4 mascaras to come. So, and we spoke about that prior
I'll
to
explain.
this. Okay,
I'll
all right.
explain. Okay, so brow products, I think I'm being very good. I've only got 2. So I would just use Brow Microfiling Pen by
I thought you would have been an
Benefit.
Anastasia Brow Wiz girl.
Nah.
Ah.
I like it because it's kind of like a watercolor ink
Okay.
rather than like
Yeah.
a crayon. So I just find it's a lot more natural in the brow. So I would definitely take that. And then I've got my little 24-hour brow setter, which is just a clear brow mascara.
Little mini.
That I would definitely take. Yeah, so that's brows. Then there's eyes. Now again, hear me out. I have brought all 3 of these sticks, but I could cull.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just take the light and the dark.
Okay. So we're just removing the one.
We're just...
Yep. So far we've removed 2 products.
So we've got the Napoleon Purtis Luxe Lids Eye Sticks. So this is in the shade Raisin the Bar, and this is in the shade Cheeky Chestnut. Cheeky Chestnut. The reason why I've chucked these in is because then I don't need to bring any sort of eyeliner. Do you see how glidey that is?
Yeah.
So
So
you can-
creamy.
Yeah, you can use these as an eyeliner with a little liner brush, or you can use them as a shadow. So you literally just draw them all over your eyes.
nice.
Smoke it out
I've
and
never
you're
tried
done.
these.
Now, I do have 4 mascaras, but I'm just going to say mascaras are my thing.
Okay.
I've always used at least 2. Yeah, I have kind of gone a bit overboard with the 3.
You have. But I will say all of these are affordable mascaras. Not one of these
Yeah.
is like luxe
No.
in price.
No. So I'm just going to talk you through what they are and how I use them. So first, I've got the Designer Brands Beyond Amplifying Curling Volumizing Mascara. The reason why I added this in is because it's a tubing mascara and I like to use it on my bottom lashes because if I don't use a tubing mascara down there, then it smudges. Then these are my 3 kind of faves, but I could cull if I needed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to maybe we'll cull the Sky High.
I'm going to cull Sky High, but let's just give it an honourable mention. First, I would go in with Maybelline New York The Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. Now, the reason why I like to do this is it's got this beautiful, big, like figure 8 brush.
I love this one.
Yeah, it works really well on
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So I like to go in and just coat the hairs. Then I go in with L'Oreal Telescopic, which has a completely different little brush on it.
I usually hate these brushes, but I'm telling you, this is one of the best mascaras I've ever used.
So this just goes in to define and lengthen, and it also lifts your lashes somehow.
Yeah.
The reason why I use them both is because if I just go in with this, I find that it's almost like too wet. So it's almost like my lashes don't have anything to grip onto. So that's why I go in with this first, and then I go in with this to like define and lengthen. So then lip products, I was even tossing up, do I even bring a lipstick?
Yeah.
Like, I
don't
might
think you
not.
would wear one.
I don't actually think I would. So I've just got
What's that
MAC
one?
Strip Down.
Oh, strip down.
Which is almost like, at the moment it throws like cinnamon on my skin, but when I'm more tanned, which I would be in Europe, it's a slightly more orangey, like terracotta sort of vibe. So I would
Nice.
probably just put that all over my lip, and then I would just chuck on either a gloss or I might put on like some Lano lips. But if I was going to take a gloss, I would take, this is another one of our faves, Crushed Oil Infused Gloss. So,
Best lip gloss ever.
oh, my last thing, I would bring a little nail
little ballet
polish, a
slipper.
little ballet slipper.
Yeah.
So this is Ballet Slippers by Essie. I've got it on today. And the reason why I chucked this in is because I always paint my nails when I'm overseas. I never get them done, but I like my nails being done. So I would bring that as well. And that is it. I don't actually think it
Wraps
was
up.
too bad.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 23 products.
But it all fits in here, including my
Including your brushes. Yeah.
So I think that that's compact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's your segment, so you make the rules. Thanks for being here.
No. Thank everyone for being here.
I don't know who's meant to wrap this up,
I
but
don't
I guess
know.
we both will.
I
Thanks
will.
for watching.
Oh,
okay,
you will?
yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay, you go for it. You go for it.
Thanks for watching, everyone. subscribe, like, hit the bell button, and we'll see you next time.
If you have any questions, leave them in the comments.
Sorry, forgot about that.
And if you want to watch Joe's version of this, just click over there somewhere. All right, bye guys.